What if someone from the future came to you and said, listen, this particular stock is going to struggle for the next 2 quarters due to poor sales growth. So avoid it for now. But after that, the third and the fourth quarter, the sales are going to roar back to life and the stock price is going to fly. So buy it at low levels. You would not think for a second, would you? You would start patiently building positions at lower levels. So in a similar way, today we are going to analyze one such industry which is currently going through a painful period. It is a seasonal business and the season has not been kind. And now, as the fourth quarter is starting, we can see recovery in the next 2 to 3 months. And the data tells us that the sales are set to grow and the stock price could follow and start moving up. And I'm not saying this based on assumptions. I am going to show you the proof and the data that why long-term investors should be interested in this industry before it starts moving up. So I am talking about the air conditioner industry. Now when we think of ACs, we think of summer. So the seasonality is simple. When the heat is intense, the AC sales increase. But when there is a mild summer or the monsoon is prolonged, the sales decline. And typically in this industry, when the heat is intense, then quarter 4 and quarter 1, the companies report highest ever sales. But this time, the monsoon was prolonged and the heat was not as scorching as expected. As a result, the AC sales were affected and the stocks in this sector got hit. But after the correction, these stocks are available at good valuation. And that is the reason I am so interested in this sector right now, because it is giving us a chance to buy into a powerful play at a discount before the summer heat returns and the sales start pushing the stock price up back to its all-time highs. But your question should be, how can we be so sure that the sales are going to spike this summer? See, there are 3 data-backed reasons which suggest that the sales spike is not just possible, it is probable, laying the groundwork for long-term growth. First, let us talk about the potential. In 2025, India sold about 14 million room ACs, and in that same year, China sold 110 million units. And this single comparison shows the immense growth runway that India still has. In fact, over the last 5 years, the Indian room air conditioner industry has doubled from 7.2 million units in FY20 to nearly 15 million units in FY 2025. And despite this growth, the AC penetration in India is still only around 8% compared to world average of 42%, with countries like China at 100% and US at 90%. And our firm, Rangavan Finance, expects India's AC penetration to double in just the next 5 to 7 years. Second, this demand is not just coming from metros like Delhi and Mumbai. The fastest growing AC markets are in tier 2 cities like Lucknow, Jaipur, Indore, and Coimbatore, where the heat in summers is so extreme that having an AC is a necessity rather than a luxury. And the third reason is a policy change. The government recently cut the GST on air conditioners from 28% to 18%. But that happened during the winters, a time when people don't usually buy ACs. But as the summer approaches, this significant price drop is likely to act as a major catalyst and drive the sales even further. So we know that demand is going to spike. Now this is where the story gets really interesting. When we think of an industry boom, we think about big, famous brands which we know and we invest in them. But the smarter investment is often hidden a layer deeper in companies that actually make the boom possible. These are the proxy players. To understand this, let us have a look at the value chain of the AC industry. It starts with the component makers, then it moves to the contract manufacturers, and then finally to the brands that we all know. And when we look at the profit margins, then a fascinating picture emerges. Now, brands like Daikin and Blue Star have EBITDA margins of around 6 to 9%, while Voltas and Havells are even lower at 5 to 7%. But the contract manufacturers, the companies that actually build the ACs for these brands, have healthier margins of 8 to 11%. But why is that? See, it comes down to the economies of scale and efficiency. See, these contract manufacturers work with multiple brands. Their factories run all year, the labor cost is cheaper, and they buy all of the raw materials in bulk at a discount. Now, the brands want to focus on design and branding, leaving all of the capital intensive manufacturing to these specialists. So, this is where I believe investors should look for incredible opportunities. So if I were to pick a stock for the long term, then I would first look at the contract manufacturers. And the first stock on my list is now this is a large electronics manufacturing company which makes air conditioners, washing machines and other appliances for 70 plus brands. And their growth has been nothing short of phenomenal, with revenue growing from just 263 crores in 2016 to 4,870 crores in 2025. Now that is 38.5% growth rate every single year for 9 years. And I am talking about PGEL. And I know we have talked about this stock earlier as well, but this is a really great stock. Now the company has a strong balance sheet with plenty of cash and low debt. But here's the catch, and this is the reason for the opportunity. While the revenue is growing, the profits are dropping. In the last quarter, their profit dropped a staggering 88%. So this is because of the raw materials, their cost has gone up, and their AC business has been struggling due to weak season. So they are making more but earning less, and that is the problem. But PGEL has a plan. They are in the middle of a massive 750 crore capex plan, building new factories for refrigerators, washing machine and a bigger AC factory in West India. So they are betting that the AC demand will bounce back and their other segment will continue to grow, and the new, more efficient factories will improve their profitability even more. Now this is a classic long-term growth story, and the company is investing smartly when others might get scared. So this requires patience. But if their bet pays off, then the stock could do really well. And that is the reason why I am comfortable adding PGEL to my long-term portfolio. Our second stock is another giant in this space, Amber Enterprises. So this company also makes air conditioners and components, but they also have a significant business in railway parts and are expanding into new age electronics. And like PGEL, Amber is growing, with revenue increasing from 6,700 crores to 9,900 crores in 2025, and the profits have also seen a strong rise. So they have a stable business with a large order book of over 2,600 crores from the railways. However, Amber is also facing problems. In the last quarter, they actually reported a loss of 32 crores, and the reasons are similar to PGEL, a struggling AC business. But they also have a high debt from a recent acquisition of a company called Power One, which has increased their interest cost, and their margins are also shrinking. So Amber's big bet is even more ambitious than PGEL's. They are spending thousands of crores to build new factories for advanced electronics like PCBs. And through the Power One acquisition, they are entering the high growth solar inverter and EV charger markets. So Amber is not just a growth story, it is a transformation story, a multi-bagger story. But this transformation comes with a risk. Their debt is high and the new ventures need to succeed. And even if you take a look at the PE ratio, it is at 97. Very high, very expensive. And because of this higher risk profile, I am keeping Amber Enterprises firmly on my radar and not adding it immediately to my long-term portfolio like I did PGEL. But I am going to keep an eye on it. So we have seen how the quiet players behind the big brands are positioning themselves before the coming boom in the AC industry. But the story does not end here. There are other players in this ecosystem, the component makers, which are growing at an even faster rate. And when my team showed me the research report, I was also shocked because one of these component makers grew by 53% and gave unbelievable 150% returns. But the good part is that the stock has shown a nice correction after this rally, which gives us the comfort and the chance to build positions in this stock. And we will be exploring this high growth company and one more stable stock in the next video. So this was Sanika from Rangavan Finance, and I will see you very soon in part 2 of this video. Till then, bye bye.